everyone, welcome back to another episode of Apologetically Me. I'm Maggie.
I'm Wanda.
And we're here with some Cosmo relationship advice. We're going to be reading some excerpts from Cosmopolitan Magazine and giving you our tips and what not to do and what to do. Would you say that we're better than Cosmo, Wanda?
I think we're better than the list that Cosmo released.
Thank you. I don't like that you didn't acknowledge my Cosmo Wanda thing, but it's fine.
I didn't even hear it. Maybe it's it happens to me so often that all those types of puns, I just my mind just goes straight by it. It just doesn't even filter it into I can't even use the brain capacity to filter it anymore because it's just so common in my life.
For the rest of the listeners out there, I hope you appreciated that. Anyway, before we get started, Wanda, tell us what you got going on.
So, I feel like I've been ghosted by the external recruiter that had reached out to me for this initial interview. And I say ghosted because I haven't heard back from him in 2 weeks now. Tomorrow makes a full 2 weeks. And Maggie asked about this before we started filming the podcast. But of course, I had to save the update for all you podcast listeners as well. I couldn't just give Maggie the scoop ahead of time. But when you're in the dating phase or I guess the flirting phase of a relationship, and then you think everything's going well, and then they just stop messaging you out of nowhere, and then they never message you again. That's kind of what it feels like.
I am very sorry. Both things suck. I have been ghosted many a few times, and I know where you are right now, and it sucks because I know you're very excited about this one.
See, I did think about it, and it's not my dream job. There was a lot of issues with it where it's it could have been better. And I think the only reason that I was oh, this is great, because it kind of just fell into my lap. And I like when things are easy.
Me too.
And I was telling this to Jordan before we started filming about this whole ghosting situation. And he's like, why don't you just reach out to him? Why don't you just reach out to the recruiter and find out what happened? If it's still ongoing, if there's any news or anything. And similar to how I would treat a guy that I was flirting with in this relationship that ghosted me, quote unquote, I just don't care enough to want to reach out. I'm not desperate enough for the job that I'm this is my dream job. I'm so sad. I just want to know, give me the closure. I'll just let him come back to me in his own time.
I actually really agree with that. I know a lot of people get anxious. I'm one of them. And you want to hear back right away. You want to hear the good news. But I think through maybe both our experiences too, usually when you reach out, it's going to be bad news, because if they're taking their time reaching out to you, they probably don't have any good news to share. Same thing with a prospective guy. If you have to keep reaching out to them, move on.
Yeah, see, I tied it all back to the whole Cosmo relationship tips as well.
Nice. I respect that.
Yeah. Well, disappointing. Again, I like when things are easy. I like when things just fall into my lap. And unfortunately, I guess this isn't one of those situations. So maybe the next time we have another world conflict or pandemic, I'll get some good news. But until then, stay tuned.
I like that you were kind of implying that Jordan is an easy man.
I mean, okay, to be fair, we were friends first. So in the scheme of things, it was kind of an easy thing to just get into a relationship after the fact, if that makes sense.
This just in. Jordan is the easiest man alive.
What's your update for this week?
I was waiting to tell you, but my offer was accepted. I am officially moving. Woohoo!
You've been holding this in for?
Well, I just dropped off the deposit today at lunch. But
when did you get the news?
I got the good news on... I actually don't remember. Time is like a social construct. I got the news yesterday.
Wow. I felt so guilty holding back my Taco Bell crush of the week, and you held this big news. I'm so
Um,
excited for you.
well, I wanted to see your reaction and I wanted to have something for the podcast because if I told you, then I'd forget eventually and then you'd have to remind me and then it'll be a whole thing. But anyways, um yeah, we just dropped off a deposit. We're gonna move in on the 18th. So that's so soon. I am
March?
of March. Because we last time we waited too long, like we put our move-in date like super long out and we like kind of lost out. Not like that was the main reason, but we were like, okay, you know what, to be competitive, let's like put it soon. But like we're not officially gonna move in, we're just gonna like move in some stuff and then we'll like slowly move in because I can't take that week off from work.
Just to give everyone context, it is March 9th. So
Yeah, that's
9
literally
days.
9 days. Yeah, we still have to figure out utilities. I think I just got an email for elevator booking, how we're gonna move all that big furniture. I'm trying to stop. I'm a very like I like to follow a process kind of thing, and I already know that Nick is jumping to decorating. He's already thinking of posters and stuff right now. So I kind of want to be like, let's just move all our stuff in. But no, maybe I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he's also on the same page as me because we tend to be very similar minded. So we're going to move all our stuff in and then we'll think about decorations. But I want us to follow an aesthetic because I visited my friend or our friend Prabby's place and it follows this like earthy, like plant, like jungle vibe kind of thing. And it is just like chef's kiss. And I asked him what he did. And he said he watched YouTube videos, went on Pinterest, and like tried to figure out the aesthetic and vibe he wanted. But this man is also probably bankrupt because he spent a shit ton of money and bought everything new. And I'm like, I cannot afford to do that. I will take whatever I can get that is free and that is nice.
Yeah, that makes it very hard to form an aesthetic.
Yes, when I have stuff that is free. And Nick has a lot of stuff too that he's been like saving up from the times he moved out. So we'll have to go through all that.
I am so stressed out for both of you, but also so excited.
I'm already stressed and I'm scared. I think
Um,
a big milestone for us is if we can get through a year of living together because it seems like everyone seems to break up or have problems after 1 year of living together. So we will see.
so morbid, but okay.
Yeah.
I guess good relationship test. As long as Nick doesn't like hurt his back, I guess, in the moving process, I think you guys are gonna go
Oh my god, I
be
forgot about
great.
that. He just hurt his neck the other day.
Oh my god. So did Jordan.
Oh, was he also cleaning his fish tank?
No. The way that you asked that question is comedy gold. No, Jordan does not have a fish tank.
Oh. This is for the best. Imagine how worse he could have hurt it if he did.
I mean, he has no space to put a fish tank, so it is quite good that he doesn't have one. And his hobbies do not include fish and fish accessories.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. It's cool. I learned so much about fish. I think the other day I casually mentioned something about fish. Like I was spitting out like fish facts. And Nick was like so impressed with me. He was like, whoa, that's hot. Like, you know so much about fish stuff. And I was like, oh god, no, I don't think I know this stuff voluntarily.
That is kind of sweet because it's like, I think I have issues where I gripe with, I want to do all of my hobbies with like my partner and we need to share everything in that aspect, but like that's just not realistic. So it's like, I think you should have separate hobbies, but also mutual hobbies. But the fact that you know about his hobbies and you listen actively to what he says, I think is really sweet and really nice.
Yeah, I love that we have separate hobbies because I am not into fish or keyboards or concrete tabletops. But I am into old lady things like knitting and painting and reading. Oh, he got me this cool like paint by numbers thing that I haven't done yet, but it's like a picture of us. I'm so sorry to the listeners, but it's like us and you have to like paint it in. So it's kind of cute.
Wait, so is it like it's inside?
Oh no, wait, so it's like the whole, this is like the actual like parchment thing that I have to like roll out and then like we paint. This is us.
Aww. And then you
Cute.
could like put it up as a poster in your place.
It will go in the den. We'll
Very
see.
specific.
I will find a nice place for it.
Um, I have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, how did your mom feel about this?
I think she was happy. I showed it to her and she was like, looks average, looks fine. Um, so I think she is happy, but also I can tell she is sad. But I already told her that I would try my best to come home every weekend to work for her.
Insane.
This will be truly a test of my ability to drive through traffic.
Which place was this? Was this something you saw recently, or was it something that?
Yeah, so it was the very first place, like same building, different unit. So the one with like the great
Oh,
location that I loved and I was sad we lost out on, it was like the good life was like right downstairs. Food basically is a 10-minute walk. Whole Foods is also a 10-minute walk. Like a lot of food places, Subway's in the basement. So pretty happy.
was it they just didn't have this listing before? Like, how did? Oh, okay. So it was like a brand new. Your real estate agent like swiped it up for you, kind of thing.
Yeah. They so we actually put in a conditional offer first because the bathroom was like disgusting. Um yeah, they had to like regrout, recaulk everything. And today and like my real estate agent went and sent us pictures and was video calling us to show us like the
Oh.
improvements and we were like, okay, it looks great. Well, let's send in the offer. So that was good. We got lucky. And they are removing the carpeting from the rooms because I hate carpet. And they were already going to do that anyways. And then professionally cleaning it tomorrow. So we were pumped.
It's insane what some people can get done in such a short period of time, and yet I'm so unproductive.
It's so. I don't know. It's like great that they work so fast, but I'm also like, you didn't want to like upgrade your appliances or anything else?
um, is it better than the first one?
I would say like literally the same. Like
Oh,
I
okay.
guess all the buildings have the same layout. If anything, this one we're right next to the elevator, which I don't
Yeah.
love, but I thought I could hear the elevator and everything. But no, we're good.
Yeah. I mean, like most Airbnbs, like that's usually the Airbnb location.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't love being next to an elevator only because like someone's gonna get off the elevator. Rob, who do they go to first? First room they see.
Okay, but like what floor are you on?
Oh, sixth floor.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go up the elevator and be like, 6. And then
You don't know that. They were like, I'm satanic. 666. Oh, sixth floor, close enough.
to be fair, I think the worst part about living beside an elevator is just like you just hear chatting. Like when people get
Oh,
on and off the elevator, that's probably the like, and you probably wouldn't
yeah.
even be able to hear it in like certain rooms, anyways.
Yeah, this is fair. Um,
And in the end, you're just renting anyways.
yeah.
So
Our next obstacle is getting one of Nick's dogs to come with us. But I was just reading about all the bylaws in the apartment building, and it says maximum 2 pets, and they each need to be 20 pounds. And his dog, Jackie, is probably about 50 pounds.
that's such a weird bylaw.
Right? I thought so too. I don't know what 20 pounds looks like. He's just all hair, anyways.
He's like a German Shepherd, right?
Like a mix of German Shepherd Husky, maybe. No one knows for
Okay,
certain.
so 2 big dogs.
Yeah.
No one's gonna. I'm gonna have to put that out there. No one's gonna think that Nick's dog is gonna be under 20 pounds.
Maybe they'll be like, prove it. Try to squat him.
Prove it. Step on this scale.
Yeah. So, we'll see how this goes.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to one day in the very, very far distant future visit.
Same. Anyways, what is your beef or crush of the week?
I've been so excited to tell you. Actually, it's not even that exciting for you, but sometimes it's just one of those things where it's like it makes life worth living. And it feels like the stars have all aligned in your favor to bring you something that you really wanted but never was able to have. I'm really hyping this up, but I was really excited about it when I found out. So I love, or love, I guess is a strong word, but I really like Taco Bell tacos. Like they're soft tacos with just beef and lettuce with no cheese. And my hack was I would always put spicy ranch on the taco and it tastes really, really good. But there was never any kind of deal that was like reasonable for tacos. And each taco is like almost $3. So just like buying a shitty taco for $3 seems very like unjustifiable. And Jordan would not go halvesies on me with me on the 10 pack, which is 10 tacos, because he doesn't love tacos that much. And he also said that's really extreme.
What the
10
hell,
tacos.
Jordan? You're not as
Is it
easy
10?
as we thought you were.
Is it 10 or 20? I feel like it's
20? No, 10
It
sounds more reasonable. You would not eat 10 tacos.
Yeah, but like party. Okay, it was a party pack of tacos.
A party is 10 tacos, I think.
Okay. Well, anyways, so now they have come out with the spicy taco box, which in it you get 3 tacos of your choice with either spicy ranch, chipotle, or creamy jalapeno. And then you can get cinnamon twist, which is also my favorite thing from Taco Bell, fries or nachos, and a drink. Don't care so much about the drink, but this combo, if I could make a combo that was Wanda, like that would be the combo. Anyways, that's my crush of the week. The stars have aligned for me and everything is worth living.
You waited how long to tell me that this was your crush?
I waited a day and a half. I felt guilty not telling you immediately. I just want to point that out.
That's pretty sweet. It's sweet that you felt guilty but not telling me. But also you should know that I've never had Taco Bell, so I literally would not like I understand your excitement, but like it also means nothing to me.
Yeah. I mean, just picture your favorite favorite is still a stretch. Picture a food place that you like going to that like finally caters directly to you, or it feels like it's catering just to you.
I understand this.
It's just the overall feeling. And it's like, wow, Taco Bell, you really listened to my dreams. Now I want to get a bunch of Taco Bell ads, actually. I've said the word Taco Bell like a bunch of times.
We're open to sponsorship.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true. So I was talking about Taco Bell, like there's a Taco Bell like 10 minutes from our place. And I was talking to Nick like, "Oh my god, we should go try it." And he was like, "Heads up, it's Diarrhea City. Like you will immediately have to go after eating it." Is this true?
I have never felt that. I've also heard this though. So maybe my experience is just different.
Keep in mind, we only have one bathroom, so I guess me and Nick will have to take turns eating it.
Anyways, what's your beef or crush of the week?
It's kind of dumb. My crush is. Oh, do I want to publicly say this bank? Not like they'll get docs anyways. So I bank with RBC, and my crush is the financial advisor who helped me because actually, okay, so I don't know if I'm like in my main character head space right now or if it's like it's just a nice thing that they do for everyone. But so I had to get a bank draft to like deposit for like my first and last month's rent, and I need to get a bank draft, and usually they charge you $8.50. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get the charge, whatever. I'm not gonna contest it. No big deal. Last time I got lucky, I needed a bank draft, and it was like someone we went to high school with who waived the fee for me. This time, this person also waived it for me. So I was like, oh my god, does he just really like talking to me? Am I just like so nice and so cool? He was like, I'll just waive it for you. Or do they just do this for everyone, but they don't publicly disclaim that?
Why did you need a bank draft? Couldn't you have gotten away with using your checks?
No. So this one we had to do it within like 24 hours, and they wanted like, for some reason, a bank draft is more secure than a check. I don't know. Their options for us were direct deposit or wire transfer, and wire transfer is like $45-$50. The bank draft was cheaper option.
Usually when you...
So to pay rent, we do have to give like the personal checks, but this one was different.
Huh. I mean, I get it. Like, it is... Wire transfers are also kind of expensive. Usually bank drafts are only used for like when you're buying a house.
Right. I don't know. Weird, but whatever. It was free. So, do you think he did this to everyone, or is it just me?
What was your conversation?
We talked about school. We talked about where I was moving.
Was it like, hi, I need bank draft? And he's like, oh, why do you need bank draft?
It was less robotic, and he was very polite and friendly and could have been our age. And he asked me if my place was near York University, and I said, oh, God, no.
And he said, I go there.
No. And then afterwards I was like, wait, sorry, did you go to York University? And he said, no, I went to U of T. And I said, oh, okay, good. I didn't want to insult you there. And he said, no, I understand. And he said, well, and then he asked me where I went. And I said, I went to McMaster. And he said, my parents went there. And I said, that's great.
Wow, McMaster's been around for a while.
So, he's not actually my crush. I just think it was a really nice thing and I want to shout him out.
Yeah. I mean, I've also had really good bank tellers with the bank that I bank at. And I don't know if it's just a common thing.
Can you go try asking and then be like, psych, and leave and tell me like what happens?
I've had one wish me a happy birthday before, like before my birthday.
Well, happy early birthday.
Yeah, I was like a week away from my birthday. And she's like,
Aw.
oh, like, I noticed your birthday's coming up. Happy early birthday. And I was like, oh, thank you so much.
So sweet.
Are we just so starved from like human interaction that we're just like, any single thing is like, this is the sweetest thing. I owe you my life.
I think so. Even when like a Starbucks person, like I go to Starbucks to get my free drink and they say happy birthday, I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. How do you guys know?
I've never had someone say happy birthday to me, so I have been robbed.
You mean Starbucks or like
At a
anyone?
Starbucks,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, not anyone. As I have proof from my old Facebook wall of Maggie saying happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one.
Smiley face.
Smiley face. Nice. Cool. Let's get into it. So we as in Wanda, reviewed some Cosmopolitan tips. Cosmopolitan Magazine is known to give maybe some good. They've been around for a while. They've been known to give good, bad, all the in-between advice to young and vulnerable women. I believe their target market is women, though. It could be anyone in between, any other genders out there. But I think a lot of their things are geared towards like how to get your boyfriend to do this, like how to make your partner feel better in bed, that kind of thing. So we reviewed some top 50 relationship rules from the Cosmo archives, and we're going to dig into them, see if there's any validity behind them, see if we're going to throw this out or apply this to our future/current partners. Okay, first one. Keep your options open for at least 3 months before deciding to be exclusive. You need a minimum of 90 days to even begin to know what someone is really like. Wanda, what do you think about this?
Well, I don't think you need 90 days. 90 days is a very long time. I've been going through a phase of time passes by really slowly, and I think even 5 minutes is like a long period of time for some reason. And I can't imagine like not knowing, I guess, for 90 days. I don't think I'm like that fast of a reactor, but I usually like someone or I don't like someone. Like it doesn't really like develop more so over time, and like I don't think my opinions change that much over time. You can also just be exclusive before and then break up. Like that's a thing.
For the record, there are shows out there, 90 Day Fiance. This whole ass couple has gotten engaged and married and dated by the time you guys decided to be exclusive. 90 isn't a magical number.
Also, Love is Blind. Everything happens within a month.
Yeah. So if those shows can speed up the process, what's taking you so long? JK. Go at your
I
own
mean,
pace.
yeah, it's also okay to take 90 days, but like, don't be like one of those people that are like, well, actually, we have to date not exclusively for a minimum of 90 days before I can even consider a relationship with you. It's like the same type of people that are like, well, I don't sleep with people until the 20th date.
I think it's like, I think you really have to ask yourself why you're waiting this amount of days, why you think that's the magic number. Like, are you looking down on others who maybe do it beforehand? Are you judging yourself if you do it beforehand? Like, what is that boundary, I guess? And I think as long as you understand that, I think it's okay. Because there's nothing wrong with waiting 3 months, there's nothing wrong with not waiting. What's the point of living, guys?
Time is a social construct, as said earlier by Maggie.
Yeah, it means nothing. So do we pass or wait, swipe left or right on this relationship advice?
To give context, swipe left is versus a swipe right, which
Ding.
is a match. Oh yeah, that too. Make the
Okay.
noise again.
Okay, we'll go ding or ah.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of the ones that I've taken for like I've pulled out from the specific articles are the ones that I thought were the most ridiculous. So if we ding for any of them, I would be surprised.
Okay, fair. I mean, it's
Um,
not like horrible advice, but it's not great. It's not like the worst advice out there, but it's not great.
yeah, but it's funny.
And it is funny, yeah. What would you say? I actually no, we already went over this. Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. You can start dating someone after one day. Okay, to be fair, let's say Maggie was single and she decided to go on Love is Blind, and she's like, I have to marry this person in 1 month from now. Would I say she's moving too fast? Yes. Would I stop her from trying to make this decision? No.
Yeah, I would probably get mad at you if you tried to stop me.
That'd be so strange.
I wouldn't get mad. I'd be like, can you like leave me alone? I'm trying to get famous.
That is okay. That would be fair. If you told me that was your intention, I'd be like, yeah, okay. I get you.
Yeah.
But yeah, same application as here. It's like if you want to date after one day, like or be exclusive after one day, I'd be like, feel like you're moving a bit fast, but if you're sure, I am not going to say anything about it.
I think the difficult part is figuring out what the other person wants, like at what speed you guys want to go. Because, like, in your head, and I know I was like this, I kept rushing. It's like, when is he going to ask me to be exclusive? Because I'm basically already being exclusive because I hate dating around because I suck. And not that I suck, I just suck at dating. And I had no idea what was going on with the other person. So I think it's like a little bit sweet if the other person like wants to be exclusive kind of like early on. Maybe it's about the chase, about being wanted.
I'm just gonna drop the next one because like that was a good segue. If you need to define this relationship talk, initiate it while walking with your guy. Low-key activities lowers his stress hormone levels, which rise when he's forced to chat about his emotions. What are your thoughts?
That's interesting. I wonder I wonder why defining the relationship would stress him out so much.
I feel like a lot of these things go back to the whole like guys don't want to be tied down, like talking about relationships is like not manly, and it's a lot about like more like stereotyped out guys and a lot of toxic masculinity.
Yeah, that's what I guess like that's where they're kind of going with this. And I think like I see maybe where they're coming from because like when you're walking, at least you don't have to make like eye contact and stuff. So if like they reject you, you can just like keep looking straight ahead and be like, okay, I didn't really care anyways. I'm not looking at you.
I the tears.
Yeah, exactly. So in that sense, maybe I see where they're coming from.
When I was reading this out loud, I made a joke to Jordan about how they're comparing men to like dogs, where it's like, you take your boyfriend out on a walk and you take your dog out on a walk. And, both cases, it like reduces their stress hormones.
That's funny. There's an SNL skit about this.
Taking your boyfriend out for a walk?
You treat him kind of like a dog, like you try to set up, like take him to the boyfriend park, encourage him to like talk to other boyfriends.
Yes, I actually remember you sending this to me.
Nice.
Um,
What do you think about it? Like when you define the relationship, do you prefer to be looking at them in the eye or do you prefer to be walking?
I prefer to be looking at them in the eye. I'm a big eye contact person, and the other joke I made off of this was I would like to trap my boyfriend into a situation where he can't leave. So he has to face the conversation with me and he can't escape. So, for example, trap him in the shower and stand by the door and talk to him about defining the relationship or any other hardships in your relationships because he can't avoid eye contact with you and he can't escape.
Yeah, some ways to spice up your relationship, for sure.
And I personally like that a little bit better than taking him from a walk because, like, taking him from a walk, like, he can just run away from you.
I feel like if he runs away when you're trying to define the relationship, that's your sign that there's no relationship.
It'd be funny.
Yeah. I feel like people are people are afraid to commit to relationships. Like, they don't want to define that relationship. They don't want to be the first one to show emotion and be vulnerable to be like, I like you. Can you stop seeing the other hoes?
Thought that was like an issue when we were growing up. And I thought like the Gen Zers kind of got better at that. Did they not?
I feel like it was still difficult. Well, I have like very little experience with this, but I feel like when I was in the dating game, it was very awkward and no one wanted to define anything.
I mean, this is also like a whole, like, there's so many options out there too. Like, you don't even have to go out searching for other options. You could just go open an app and be like, swipe, swipe, swipe,
Yeah. Sad.
which is also feels kind of boomery.
Maybe it's yeah, I feel like a boomer talking about this, but I feel like maybe it's because like all this new stuff is always coming out, like new better stuff is always coming out. So maybe they're like, I'm gonna wait until I find the best option for me.
Yeah, maybe the option isn't even born yet.
Oh, nope. That's a no for me.
Because you and Nick actually go on walks, I want you for the next walk that you go on to ask him any kind of like high stress kind of situation or like scenario and like get him to answer it. And then afterwards, ask him how he felt answering that while walking versus answering that while standing still or not walking.
That'd be interesting. I feel like we do like whenever we need to talk about something like very like high importance or high priority and stuff or very contentious is when we're like sitting like eye contact, that kind of thing. But I think our walks are more lighthearted actually. We have talked about stressful things before during walks. So I don't know if that counts. I don't know if you can treat him like a dog like that.
Try it out. I would also try it out, but Jordan and I do not go on walks together.
The trick is to get a dog.
Yes, yeah, that would help. Yes, but as we have no dog right now, we go on no walks together.
The trick is to treat your boyfriend as a dog.
Come on, boy, let's go for a walk. Walkies.
That's funny. We do go for walks without dogs too, though. I think they're enjoyable.
Yeah. You used to, like, when we were together in Montreal, you guys just used to go out for, like, walks.
Yeah, because sometimes I need to get my steps in.
Yeah, I don't. I should.
Like
it was like, I need to walk with a purpose. Like, I need to go somewhere. Like, I need to be, like, getting something or other buying stuff.
I do like those kinds of walks because those ones trick you into thinking you barely walked that day.
Yes.
I like the ones that trick you.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I want it easy, like Wanda. Okay, cool. Next one. Let him be the first to say the L word. Men generally need more time to process emotions and voice them. Hearing it can make him feel cornered. What do you think?
Jordan was the one who was way more emotional than I was. Like, he was very, like, open.
Easy.
Very open about his feelings. Like, he said he loved me way, like, not way before, but he said it, like, pretty early on into the relationship. And he was like, I know you, like, you don't have to say it back immediately. Like, I understand it. Like, I get that, but I just wanted to tell you.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. It was very nice. So I didn't feel like I was trapped or cornered, but I do understand the feeling. When Jordan first told me he liked me, I felt like I was trapped. Well, I was trapped.
In his car.
In his car, and I wanted to, like, I was 10 minutes away from home, and I could not tuck and roll. Although I did think about that quite a bit during that car ride. I'm glad I didn't. But I mean, like, I'm glad I didn't tuck and roll because that would have been bad. But I'm glad that it happened, but I hope that it never happens to me again. I don't like being put into difficult situations. I guess talk about things.
So
I don't know where I'm going with this.
it sounds like you like being the one to corner the guy, but he's not allowed to corner you.
Yeah.
Your showered thing.
Yes, basically, yes.
Note to all guys not to do that car thing, because I think it happened to our friend too before, and it sounded awful at the time, and it also sounds awful when it happens to you. I have never been in this situation. I guess hopefully I'm never in this situation either.
I'm like sweating talking about this. Like, I don't know why, but I'm like damp now for some reason. Did I just get flashback into the situation?
Even though you're dating him, it's like, ugh, so embarrassing. I can't believe you'd say that. Why are we even dating right now?
Yeah, like, oh my god, such like high stress. You know how, like, sometimes you take babies out for car rides to, like, soothe them and stuff? It was not soothing. No, it was not soothing whatsoever.
In your defense, you're not a baby, so.
Yeah, but, like, some things you never grow out of.
This is fair, I guess.
How do you feel about this? Because I can't seem to get my bearings on this.
I think that it is stupid to let him say the L word. But the thing is that a lot of girls, including my friends and my mother, and like all of rom-coms and stuff, believe that the guy should love the girl more for the relationship to work. And that the guy has to be the one, like, it's the relationship will last when the guy is like vulnerable enough and will come forward and say he loves you. But I think that is stupid because I say I love you to my friends all the time. I say I love you to like literally random people. Probably not. I just say I love you to my friends and stuff. So
it is so not true. The last time that you said you love me was on our 10th episode, which was like last year.
Yeah, but when I said it, it made you like tear up and stuff. So like, I don't want to do that again.
Because you never say it. If you said it all the
time. I'll send you a daily good morning, I love you text. That is so sweet.
So sweet.
It's like that'd be so sweet. Does Jordan do that to you?
Usually I send the good mornings. He gets up and he's like pretty much in meetings all the time. He used to have like an automated thing that you could do through Apple where he'd send me like a mixture of like 3 different messages at like 2 p.m. And they're all like positive, nice messages and stuff, but then it kept breaking, so he got rid of that.
Nice. Automate sending nice messages to your girlfriend, boys.
Yeah. Even though I knew it was automated, it was still nice to see it.
It's the effort. It's the thought.
Yeah.
I think that you should say the L word whenever you want to. I think it's also important not to pressure the other person to say it back, but I know that sometimes when you do say the L word, the other person might feel pressured to say it back. So it's nice to have that disclaimer in there to not pressure anyone. But again, go at your own pace. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, you could say it as early as you want in the relationship and as late as you want. You could be like 60 years old and never said, and like been together for like 40 years and never say I love you.
Um, I have a funny story about this actually. So Nick's neighbor, um, his relationship advice to Nick was never say I love you to another woman. Like that should be only reserved for your mother. He's been married and he did not say it to his wife ever. She said it to him and he doesn't say it to his kids. Um and maybe this is why he's divorced. But he told Nick like just don't say love you. And Nick was like, okay. And I told Nick that if he ever shared that advice, like if he ever used that advice or told other people this advice, this will not have a happy ending for us.
Yes, because taking relationship advice from the person who is divorced is chef's kiss.
Yeah. He was like, and my wife probably would have stayed with me too if I didn't cheat.
Yeah, but he's like, but it was definitely the fact that I didn't tell her I loved her that was like what kept us together.
Yeah, pretty much. Because she's always thinking, oh man, gotta really impress him to make sure he still loves me or will at least one day love me.
That is disgusting in the terms of mommy issues.
Yeah. But back to the L word thing.
So, if you think you want to marry a guy, try to hold off on moving in. Otherwise, he might feel less incentive to take the next step.
This is my video message to Nick. Hey, do you feel this way? Please, please send me your response within 24 hours.
I mean, I get it. Like this one I get because it's like, oh, well, like what is the logical next step? It's to get married. That's what society says. So,
yeah, this one, I guess it does make sense. And you see it a lot too in movies and reality TV shows where the guys are like, our life is perfect. Why are you giving me an ultimatum right now? Why do I have to marry? What's going to change? And like, that's the plus side. Like, you're hoping there's no change. Like, you're hoping everything will stay the same. But I know, like, you know, like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, as soon as they got married, it was Splitsville. So maybe marriage is a curse.
yeah, all 40% of marriages end in divorce.
That's a huge number.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the statistics is also from like our boomer-ish parents where they didn't really have like love connections.
Yeah, I would also argue that, like, our parents were from, like, third world countries almost, and they didn't have, like, the privilege to really date around kind of thing.
Also fair. But like a lot of I guess like parents that come from like third world countries, they also tend to not want a divorce because it looks bad.
Yeah, that's a huge thing, too. Looking
Yeah.
bad. That's stupid. I look bad every day. JK.
Nothing's stopping me from divorce then.
I think that I don't think you should hold off on moving in. I know, like, a former manager of mine, she moved in within, like, 2 weeks of knowing her boyfriend at the time, who is now her husband. And they're, like, they're really sweet. They're, like, best friends.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you can just talk about it, like open communication and all that fun stuff where it's like, hey, I know we're moving in together, but I'm still not ready to get married or engaged. All like very easy conversations to have. You know, just set the expectations early and make sure you're aligned. Make sure it's not like you setting the expectation, the other person's like, oh.
Actually, I think, like, I was talking to Nick about marriage and stuff. I think because we had an episode about marriage. And I think Nick was like, oh, so, like, you don't want me to surprise you with, like, a ring or something, or, like, marriage, like, when it's time. And I said, no, this is something that we should be discussing. Like, have that conversation with me. See if we're ready for marriage. And he was like, oh my god, this is the first time. I never even thought about that. I was just gonna surprise you when I thought I felt ready. I was like, no, please do not do that to me. I hate surprises.
That would have been so funny. I kind of wish you never had that conversation. So one day you're just like, "Hey, so Nick proposed to me. Um, I haven't given him an answer yet. I just ran away. I'm in the bathroom right now. What do I do?
He brought me out on a walk. That was my opportunity to run.
Yeah, Jordan's like, when we were in Montreal, Jordan kept on making jokes like every single time we passed like a ring store, and he'd be like, "Oh, look, like an engagement ring store kind of thing." And it's like you just make like a lot of those jokes, and I'm like, "Why do you keep making those jokes?" And he's like, "I don't know, they're funny." And I'm like, "They're not funny. They're stressing me out." Because every single time I'm like, are you? I was like, "Are you looking at rings?" I was like, I want to put it out there, and I've said this many times before. I want to choose my own ring if I ever get engaged. I want to choose my own ring. And also I said I don't want to be engaged for the foreseeable future. And so, but he kept making the jokes. And I feel like he just doesn't know when to stop.
Unsufferable.
Yeah, this is the whole like, don't profess your love or you'll drive him into a corner. I am the him. Him is me.
Nice. I think on this one because maybe I don't like really want to get married. It's not like one of my top priorities in life. It's not what I like want to always do. But if I were to get married, hopefully it'd be with Nick. And we're already moving in together. So, too late.
Yeah. I should tell Nick, I'm like, Maggie loves surprise proposals. She's just like playing it off, being like she doesn't like surprise proposals. You guys are moving in together, right? That's such a serious next step. You're living in sin.
That's funny. I made that joke too.
Oh, okay, cool.
But also, no, we discussed this. Similar to the podcast episode. Check out that episode, guys. We talked about some cool things, but our criteria was you need to be like have our own house, like have our financials figured out, like that kind of thing. Like very secure in our future. Then we will get married. Maybe.
Shout out to Shane and Natalie from Love is Blind, where when asked about his financials, he was like, "Oh, I just spend money where I want to spend money. I spend over $2,000 a month on food."
We appreciate honesty in a man.
But not like that.
Yeah. Even when he tells you he hates you and you're the worst thing that happened to him, we appreciate honesty in a man.
Honesty above all else.
Yes. So next one. Get him to act by using humor. Point out the dirty socks in his car by joking, "Hun, is that your new car freshener?" What do you think about this?
I can see you doing this for some reason.
Yeah, I am very passive aggressive like that.
I was gonna say, I was like, what kind of passive aggressive shit is this? But then I was imagining it and I was like, I can totally see Maggie kind of saying this.
Yeah, I think I would be kind of like doing that, but
Now that you've been called out.
Where do I draw the line on this? I feel like we haven't been put in that situation where we really have to clean things together. I think it's always like, yeah, so this will be interesting because like he's at his house and I'm watching him clean, or like I'll offer to help, but like I don't really do much, and vice versa. But this time we're cleaning a unit together as a unit. It'll be interesting.
So, thoughts on this?
My thought is, okay, so I know it's bad because you told me you took this from the Cosmo, like, worst advice thing, and I should be on the lookout for this. But, like, you know, I think pick and choose your battles.
The worst. I was just saying the ones that made me laugh. This is from Cosmo's top 50 relationship rules, like
it's not,
maybe it's good for some people.
I would say that it would get annoying because my brother, I guess my whole family is very passive aggressive to each other. So I get annoyed very easily. So I can see that if Nick did this to me all the time, I would be super annoyed. So I will keep an eye on this. I think I'm pretty direct, but I also don't want to be his mom and be like, can you put those socks away? That's gross. But I think like a huge thing is that you can't expect the other person to be a mind reader. So if it's like a place that you guys share, then you should just be direct and be like, clean that Or can you help me and put this away? Try not to be super passive aggressive and expect them to read your mind.
That's a good call out. Jordan always seems to do things like we usually have the same line of thought. So if I'm ever like, oh, like, can you take out the garbage? He's like, well, I'm not going to do it now because he was also going to take out the garbage because we have the exact same thought. It was just that I vocalized it right before he was going to do it. And when I do that, he doesn't want to do it anymore. Or he'll just say, well, now I'm not going to do it anymore. And then he does it like huffing and puffingly.
I mean, it's cute that like he says he doesn't, but then he does it anyways.
Yeah, he still does it though. But now, so if I want something done, I wait like a few minutes or like a few seconds to see if he actually goes and does it before I say anything. And if he doesn't immediately go towards it, or if it doesn't seem like he's going to do it, then I say
it. Yeah. Let them think they're in control.
I'm beaming this to his brain right now. Let me see if he can read my mind hard enough. So next one. Don't let him see you peeing, plucking your eyebrows, or doing an at-home bikini wax. You can be real, quote unquote, in ways that don't chip away at romance.
I don't know how I feel about that. I just personally don't want him to see me pee because I don't want anyone to see me pee. Plucking eyebrows I think is stupid. I mean, like, I would do it. I don't care if other people see it.
Okay.
I don't get like I don't get like what's so like sacred about that. Actually, all these things, like, they're not sacred things. Like, the other person does it too. I don't know why you're trying to hide it. I think there are other ways you can keep the romance alive by not showing that you're a human being. Because I feel like if you try to pretend that you don't have to do these things, then it's like you're still kind of scared, or like you're putting up some kind of wall and you want them to think that you're some like mystical being, but you're really not. You're human like the rest of us.
It's like those rom-coms where they put on makeup in the mornings before the guy wakes up and he's like, wow, you just like wake up like that? And she's like, yeah.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Nice.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I think that's stupid, but only one of those things, peeing, is something that I would not want my significant other to see me do.
I think those are just examples. I think it's just more of like self-care things, maybe.
I just think that when I'm doing my self-care, I don't want someone just watching me or someone to distract me. I like to be focused.
I think I just, as Cosmo says, ruined the romance, shown that I'm too real of a person.
Which is also not a problem at all. I think do whatever you think is comfortable.
Yeah. I think it's just more of like a very comfortable around Jordan, so it's like I can do these things and I won't be like
Okay, next one. If you do slip up and cheat, think very hard before you confess. Sometimes coming clean does more harm than good. What do you think about this?
I read this and I was like, what the heck?
I think it's so funny.
I think it's so funny too. And like, I see where they're coming from in the way where it's like, yes, if you do cheat and you don't want to end your relationship, don't tell them. That is very true. But also, if you do cheat, I think you should tell the other person. Or end the relationship.
Also, I think it's illegal if you cheat, you find out you get like an STI, and then you go and have sex with your partner and you don't tell them. That's illegal. Please don't do that. So don't cheat. But also, if you do cheat, please tell your partner for them to go get tested or something.
Yeah. Or like avoid sleeping with them.
Oh, I have 2 dreams related to this. Okay, so my first dream was when I, for some reason, Dream Me downloaded a dating app, and then I was like yelling at myself. I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I downloading a dating app? I don't want this. And then Dream Me kept like swiping and stuff, kept swiping left on everyone. And I was like, of course you're swiping left. Why would you swipe right on anyone? This makes no sense. I don't remember what happened afterwards, but I woke up very angry at myself. And then I had another dream This was from another podcast episode where we were talking about. It was from last week actually. Though, what would you do? And if it was they wanted to talk about an open relationship, and I had asked Nick this right before we went to bed, and then I had a dream that he asked me to be in an open relationship, and I said yes, and then he brought this white blonde girl into our bed, and then they cheated on me when I was in the same bed, and I was like so mad, and I woke up so angry at him.
That's so funny. Right in front of you two. I had that dream. I actually had a very similar dream like that where it's like Jordan brought home a white blonde girl and was like, I love her now. I don't love you. But he's like, I don't want to break up with you just yet.
Oh my god.
And I was like, you're literally parading her around me. You're literally planning vacations together. And like this was when we were together like in the same space. So I was like, I woke up and I was so mad. Like I was seething with anger. Like somehow like the anger from my dream manifested like past the dream and I like woke him up and I'm like, I'm so mad right now and I don't know why. But this is what you did in my dream.
I like that you woke him up. That's great.
Chef's
Yeah.
kiss. I couldn't do in my anger longer by myself.
You need him to apologize for what he did in his dream.
I did make him apologize, yes, which is like also absolutely ridiculous. But it felt nice.
I think it's justified.
Which is also a thing that girls seem to do, which I hear about quite often.
Would you apologize if you dream you did something to Jordan?
No. I wake up feeling bad about it though, but I'm not gonna like tell him every single time that I dream mistreated him in some way.
Oh wait, no. If he dreamt that you did something bad to him.
Oh yes, I have. Yes,
okay.
I have. Yes, I have apologized for this too.
Oh, nice. Okay, it's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. But like, if it was my dream and I mistreated him in my dream, I'm not gonna go and tell him every time it happens because that just feels like mean. Like it feels like I'm almost like comparing him to past relationships or something.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair.
Same vibe.
Same vibe.
I'm not saying it happens a lot. I'm just saying that still one too many times.
Nice. Cool. I personally think this is stupid. This whole slip up and cheat thing.
I think it's stupid too. Which one do you think out of all of these is the most okayest one? And which one do you think is the worst one?
I think the most okayest one was that get him to act by using humor thing, the passive aggressive thing. Because I do that now. I think the stupidest one is that last one we just said. If you slip up and cheat, think hard before you confess. I think that's the stupidest one. What do you think?
I agree with your stupidest one, but I think the most okayest one is the if you need to define this relationship talk, initiate it while walking with your guy. Because I think there's no harm in doing it while we're walking. Like there's nothing that's gonna harm your relationship by changing the location or your activity when you want to have the DTR talk. But don't like forcibly get him out of the house. Like if he doesn't want to go, then don't like, no, you have to go with me.
It's almost like you're gonna propose to him, which is worse. Cool.
Okay.
These were very funny advice, very funny rules.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you liked them because I had a hell of a good time reading through them all.
Nice.
I would highly recommend everyone look up Cosmo's Top 50 Relationship Rules and read them out loud to your partner and see what they say.
Good date night activity.
Yeah. And we might do another date night activity next week to figure out if we're going to fall in love with each other.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us this week. Go follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and go watch us and like us wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube. And join us again next Thursday for another episode of Apologetically Me.
Bye.